Everyone, we are so lucky that this week we get to be joined by Melanie Bowen. Melanie, say hi to the people.
Hi, everyone.
This is a great opportunity for those that don't know Melanie to get to know her better. And if you do know Melanie, you know that one of the things she's known for is reading. So let's start off with Melanie, what is your favorite book you have ever read?
I don't know. I really like all of them.
Yeah.
Um, I I have one of my favorites is called Heidi. It's an older book. There's a movie. It's just really sweet and emotional, and I like that.
When was Heidi written? Is it like an older book or more recent?
I have no idea. The book we have, it's like really like worn, so I'm pretty sure it was written like 19 the 1900s or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I really like all books.
Yeah, you do.
Most books.
Yeah. Awesome, Melanie. Well, let's go to the next question. How many books do you think you read on an average week?
I would say about 3 to 4ish.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
maybe a little more.
we're not talking little books, right? They're pretty substantial size.
Yeah, like some of them are like this.
Yeah, that's first of all insane. Most people don't read one book that size in a given week.
Well, I like to read, so
Yeah.
I read a lot, and then
You do.
yeah.
So what about your favorite genre of books? What would you say your favorite genre is right now?
Probably just fantasy. I like magic and stuff like that. So, yeah.
Yeah. And why do you like fantasy books?
Yeah. Um, I just like the element of magic. It can make the book be like different, and like there's elements you don't really know about as much. Versus in like a realistic fiction, you already know most of the technology. You know about kind of the like it's not as new or interesting.
Totally. You have no idea what could be unfolding in a fantasy book. There's surprises
Exactly.
every turn, which is that's a great way to talk about it, Melanie. I agree. So, do you think it would ever be fun for you to write your own book someday?
Yes, I do.
Why do you think
I
that?
think I feel like it would be good because people would kind of know like my thoughts on things better.
Yeah.
Um, yeah.
Have you ever tried to write your own book yet?
Kind of like I've written stories a lot of times, but never like a whole book.
Yeah. Yeah. A whole book is a lot, right? If you're talking
Yeah.
books you have like that size, like it's so many thoughts and words and ideas you have to get together in one place.
Exactly.
Well, Melanie, if you ever write a book, I want to be the first to read it. Or maybe not the first. I imagine there'd be other people that might read it first, but I want a copy of the book. And I would love to read what you would write.
Okay.
Let's talk about the fact that
Okay.
you're in the state of Arizona right now. What's your favorite
That
part
is true.
about being in Arizona?
I have to go with the weather. Like, there's not much else.
Yeah.
I mean, because it's warmer. Like I think between like 60s and 70s.
Yeah.
So that's a lot warmer. Um,
Is it sunny
it's
most days? Is it cloudy?
also like it's dry.
Is it sunny most days?
It's mostly sunny. We've had about like a week where, yeah, it's been sunny most days. Like we've had about a week of where it's been like cloudy and overcast, but other than that, it's been mostly sunny and warm and stuff.
That sounds awesome, Melanie. I think everybody here in Illinois wants a little bit of that. So speaking of, I want to ask a would you rather question.
Yeah.
Would you rather it be 90 degrees out every single day or 25 degrees out every single day?
I'll have to go with 25. I do not like the heat. Like a little heat is fine. I don't like too much heat unless I'm swimming. Then it's fine. But other than that, no.
Yeah. And so right now, Arizona's not at 90, which makes it a lot better, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Do you miss winter a little bit, Melanie? Just like a tad?
Yeah, a little.
Yeah. What's your favorite thing to do outside in the winter, in like the snow?
Um, read by the fire inside.
That's not outside, Melanie. So take that and then
I
say
don't.
if you were to be outside.
I don't like going outside in the winter, so
So you're saying your favorite thing about being outside is actually being inside?
yes.
Well, touche. Is it because of like the snow gets on your skin and it gets really cold, or what is it?
Um, for me, I don't like the cold or the snow.
Yeah.
Well, and the snow, like it's fun to look at when it's like soft and like unbroken, like your first snow, and then it's like bye bye, no more snow, please go away.
Yeah. So you want just that middle sweet spot of temperature, not too hot, not too cold.
Exactly.
That makes sense. The Goldilocks of weather. Well, let's
Exactly.
talk about the one thing that you might miss about Illinois. So it's probably not the snow outside, but what's one thing you miss about Illinois?
I miss like my home and like having the routine. I just miss like having, I guess I just kind of miss having the routine and seeing everyone, even if it's on Zoom.
Yeah,
Um,
that makes a lot.
yeah,
Does it feel like you're getting into a rhythm in Arizona, or is every day pretty different?
it's kind of like that, but not as much because I'm being homeschooled. So, um, we're kind of flexible. So there's not really a set days like when we have school or not.
Yeah,
So it's kind of really flexible, and there's not really that much of a routine.
totally. And that's kind of what you're missing is a little bit of the routine and knowing what to expect.
Exactly.
Yeah, that makes sense, Melanie. I think a lot of people would feel that same exact way. Well, let's talk about things in Wilmette to help you remember those great things. What is one of your favorite restaurants to eat at in Wilmette?
I have two, and they're both in downtown Wilmette.
Yeah.
One is Nick's Barbecue Grill and Bar, something like that.
Yeah.
Nick's Neighborhood Bar and Grill.
You got
That's
it.
what.
Yep.
And the other one is Dough Eyes. It's a Thai place. Yeah.
Yeah. If there's very different cuisines there, right? So depending on what
Yeah.
you're feeling, you know which one you want to go to.
Exactly.
I've been to both of those places. They're both really good.
Yeah.
Hopefully you can remember those memories and find some new restaurants in Arizona that you like. 'Cause I have to imagine they have restaurants in Arizona.
Yeah, they do.
Let's go to the next question. What's one thing that you learned from the year 2020?
People actually matter.
Yeah, that's really well said, Melanie. I want to hear a little bit more? Why do you say that?
Well, because people aren't just here to distract me from reading, they're here for a reason.
Wait, this is breaking news. You now are admitting people aren't here just to distract you from reading?
Yes.
I did not see this one coming, folks. Why do you think you learned that in 2020?
Because I read a lot in my dad's office and he would always try to kick me out and I wouldn't go out.
Yeah. And then when you did go out, you saw like these people are really actually impacting my life for the better.
Kinda.
Yeah.
Mostly, yeah.
Say a little more about why you think people matter.
Well, people matter because without people, we couldn't have books.
Well, that is actually 100% accurate. And we would only, if you were the only person, right, you could only read things that you wrote instead of things that all these
Or
other.
like stuff that were already written, and then when I'm done with all of that, what else would I read?
That's very true.
You know?
I'm very convinced you can't read every book that's ever been written. Even as much as you read, it's not possible for you to read even.
I know that. I'm just saying.
Totally. Let's talk about your favorite movie from your childhood.
I have to go with Epic. I'm not sure if you've heard of it. I watched it once with my aunt at a sleepover at their house, and I really liked it. So yeah, it's my favorite movie.
What'd you like about it?
Um, I like that uh it has like it has mystery, but then it's also like if it were a book, it would change perspectives. Like it's not just at one focusing on one person, one main character the entire time.
Yeah, yeah, that's a really good way to have it happen, right? To be able to watch a movie.
Yeah.
That's great. Recommendation there for anyone who hasn't seen it. Let's go to the next question. So you're the oldest kid in your family. There's Tessa, the middle child, and Gracie, the youngest. How does it feel to be the oldest girl in your family?
Honestly, I am mostly alone. Like I don't think I usually read. And so I feel like Tessa kind of takes over the older sister role more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we're about to interview Tessa, and we'll see what she says if she thinks that's true as well. Be excited to see what she has to say there. Next question is, what is your favorite holiday to celebrate, Melanie?
Probably my birthday.
Yeah, your birthday. Why do you like that day?
Because I get presents, but my sisters don't.
Yeah, that is actually very true. Most other holidays, everyone's getting something, right? That's the only day that's specifically about the person whose birthday it is.
True.
When is your birthday, Melanie?
April 5th.
April 5th. And are you planning a birthday party, or have you thought of anything you want to do specifically on that day yet, or to be determined?
Kinda. Although Tessa's is on March 4th, so we're kind of more focused on hers right now.
Yeah. Well, I hope you can find some creative ways to enjoy
Yeah.
April birthday, Melanie. If you were to tell me why you don't like sports, because you have told me, you've said you don't like them, but if you were to tell me why you don't like sports, what do you think you would say?
It takes so much energy to like run and stuff. So unless I will actively want to go do it, I don't like it. Like,
Is there any sport that really the energy is worth it for you? Swimming, you mentioned you like to swim a little bit.
yeah. I also like volleyball.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You play that at church, right? You've played
Yeah. Yeah. When we had the Monday night, was it Wednesday night? Something like that.
Yep.
Yeah, I would play there.
Yeah. And what do you like about volleyball?
Well, you don't have to move around as much.
It's true. It's true.
And I liked that, like, even if you were on one team, the teams weren't quite as like set.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Totally. That makes a lot of sense. Volleyball is a great game. It's one you can play for your whole life, which is awesome. If I were to
Yeah.
ask you what is your favorite Bible verse, what would you say, Melanie?
Mama, stop. Sorry, that was my mom. She was yelling at me. So yeah, my favorite Bible verse is Psalm 1. Blessed are those who do not walk in the way of the wicked, nor stand in the way of the sinners, nor sit in the seat of scoffers, but his delight is in the law of the Lord, and on his law he meditates day and night. He is like a tree planted by streams of water, which yields its fruit in season. Whatever he does prospers. Not so are the wicked. They are like chaff that the wind blows away. Therefore the wicked will not stand in the judgment, nor sinners in the assembly of the righteous. For the Lord watches over the way of the righteous, but the way of the wicked will perish.
That was beautiful. Why do you like that psalm so much?
I don't know. I honestly don't. Like, my mom usually has us memorize Bible verses over the summer, and that's just one of the ones that stuck with me.
Yeah, there's a lot of really good language and visuals and understanding that's in that. I really am proud that that's a verse that you connect with, Melanie. I think it's a great one.
Yeah.
If you were to have a job as an adult, I know it's a crazy faraway question, but if you were to have a job as an adult, what job do you think you would want?
I honestly have no idea. Um, I mean, is like sitting on TV and reading a book that people watch you?
It might not be a type of television show currently, but that doesn't mean you can't invent it. It doesn't mean
Exactly. The only problem is no one wants to just sit on TV and watch me read.
well, you could be a book critic.
True. Yeah.
Do that.
Yeah, my mom's mentioned that before.
Yeah.
Uh yeah.
Maybe you don't have the TV camera watching you, but you write other pieces of, articles or things that people can read where they know which books are good and which ones maybe they don't need to read.
Exactly.
Totally.
Which aren't worth their time.
Which ones are worth their time? If you're thinking about Winnetka Covenant Church and all of the different building or all the different rooms in our building, which room is your favorite in there?
Uh Probably I like the youth group room.
Yeah. Why do you
Yeah. Well, it has a bunch of comfy couches, which is awesome.
Yeah,
And I just like kind of when we're there, like the sense of community.
totally. Yeah. We're all
Yeah,
together, right? We're all together hanging out.
exactly. I also like that in the morning my dad brings donuts.
Yes. And we're very grateful that Brian and Eric always do that on Sunday mornings.
Exactly.
We got a couple other questions to wrap up, Melanie. You're doing a great job. What is one question that if you could ask God, you would ask God?
I would ask like, how do you know where you're going to go when you die? Like, how do you know if you're going to go to heaven or hell?
Yeah. I think that's a question a lot of people have, Melanie. A lot of people throughout the history of time have wanted to understand that dynamic more. So
Yeah.
definitely a great question that many have. If you were to say what is your favorite part of Winnetka Covenant Youth Ministry, what would you say?
Uh, I would say the sense of like community and openness. Like you can tell really anyone like anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So just being in a group of people where you feel connected and you feel like, hey, we're all safe to be able to be honest and real with each other.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's a huge blessing of our group, and we're so grateful that you're a part of it in that way. As we wrap up, Melanie, is there anything you want to say to the people? Any final thought?
Yeah. So, um, for me, I I have gotten in trouble for reading too much.
That's actually true. Not just
It
by me,
is.
but a lot of other people. It's a very unique moment, but there are times where we say you can't read right now, but you do listen. I do
Yeah,
appreciate that you put the
I
book.
do. I try to listen because if not, then I get in bigger trouble.
It's true. Melanie, you did awesome here. We're so grateful you're a part of our youth group, and we really are thinking about you as you're in Arizona and are excited when the Bowens come back to Illinois.
Okay, thank you, Joel.
You're welcome. Hey, this has been 20 Questions, where we ask 20 questions and we get to talk to Winnetka Covenant students. Peace. Wait, I clicked the wrong button, Melanie.